He says, the scandal arising from such an example of a learned person. Okay, so this is a person who's obviously knowledgeable, who's well known in the community. All right, obviously it could be like a bishop or a pope, even somebody who's well known, well learned. Uh, it must be. It says the scandal arising from such an example of a learned person must be much greater than from others, say from some layman that no one really knows, because every one of the faithful. Now this is. I thought this was interesting when Bishop Hayes says this because it shows how different, how far we have fallen to the ecumenical heresy. Okay. Keep going. This was written in the 1800s. He says, this would cause a great scandal, especially if a leader goes there, because every one of the faithful well knows that it is a sin to go to such places. And therefore, all must be much more offended to see a person who ought to know his duty better. All the faithful know that it's a sin for this learned person to be even present at this church. So to see him there is going to cause a fantastic scandal. Is do the can you imagine today the faithful at the Catholic Church, do they think it's a sin when they see their bishops present at these false churches? Do they find it to be a scandal when the Pope goes and prays with heretics, attends the houses of heretics, or not just heretics, or of infidels, and other false religions, and prays with them, bows their head together with them? Do the faithful see this as a great sin and a scandal? Absolutely not. The trads do. And we're considered mean and rigid for thinking this. But we're only believing what has been taught by the church from the beginning. The entire New Testament forbids it. The entire Old Testament condemns it. The entire history of our Catholic faith forbids it and condemns it as a mortal, wicked sin. But now the faithful, well, I should say now those who attend the Novus Ordo, the new church, it is a matter of faith for them to do these things. It is a virtue. It is something. It is no longer a mortal sin. But if it was a mortal sin before, it is a mortal sin now. Okay? It has always been a mortal sin. It can't be no longer a virtue. If something was intrinsically evil, it is always intrinsically evil. So I find that, I mean, shocking how different, you know. It's shocking. If the local bishop will have, an Anglican minister and a Lutheran minister and all these people in their church, in the Novus Ordo church, praying together and have an ecumenical prayer service, who does that scandalize other than the traditional Catholics today? Does it scandalize the Novus Ordo? Absolutely not. It it doesn't scandalize them in any way.